Everybody, we are back. It is Tapedontlie, your favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you hit up Homage. Boom. Homage right there. Make sure you hit that up so you can get a Mendoza shirt for 15% off or any other Raiders gear, right? 15% off all Raiders gear there as well. And so make sure you guys hit up this QR code right here to support us through Homage. And also, make sure you check out the TDL store, man. Hit the TDL store, get you some gear there. Of course, we do the giveaways on Fridays, which we'll be back with that. But also, make sure you guys just support the store all together. All right. So, we're back doing some more guards or
part
kind
two.
Of. Kind of guards type of thing. Yeah. So, but doing Caleb Rogers and Jordan Meredith today. So you catch out that breakdown. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, we did Spencer Burford and who's the other guy?
Jackson Powers Johnson.
Oh, there you go. Jackson Powers Johnson last week. So so make sure you go check out that episode as well and support the channel, like I said, guys. So, Matt, how are you feeling? I mean, there's nothing really going on right now, right? I mean, it's, like I said, it's dead season. Nothing crazy.
You know, I mean, everyone's in Tahoe right now at the. It's funny. I see the ACC championship, and my brain just conditioned to think, why are they talking about college football in the middle of July? But obviously, like the American Century Championship, the golf tournament out here in Tahoe. Excuse me, I can't talk today apparently. But yeah, all that we got going on really is Mike McDonald apparently stirring the pot a little bit and. Maybe implicating that Tom Brady helped them win the Super Bowl. I don't know if anyone saw that. I was breaking the news from Marcus earlier. Basically, McDonald was on the Dan Patrick show, and Dan Patrick asked him, "Is there anyone who helps you prep for the Pats?" And McDonald said he talked to John Harbaugh, because they obviously worked together in Baltimore for a couple of years. And then he said he had one person that he can't name or he doesn't want to name because it could be a conflict of interest. Patrick followed up and asked him if it was Belichick. He immediately shot that down. Mm-hmm. So now people are speculating that it was Brady. Obviously, given the connection with Kubiak being hired there too, and Brady maybe having a little bit of intel on the Pats and maybe helping them out and whatnot. So it's an interesting one. If you remember too, like during the Super Bowl, Brady was asked like who he's rooting for, and he said he didn't have like a dog in the fight, despite the fact he played 20 years for the Patriots and won 6 Super Bowls. So yeah, maybe it was because he was truly rooting for the Seahawks after helping them out, which I kind of like it because it tells me that Brady's no longer tied to the Pats. He's a Raider at this point.
He's a Raider helping Clint Kubiak get that Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, "Hey, Clint, come to Raiders. I got some intel." Mike Vrabel.
If you agree to be the head coach right now, I will give you all the info on Josh McDaniels' offense and how to stop it.
I got the whole playbook.
I got the whole playbook, and we got their signals recorded somehow.
Playbook, the signals. Hey, got a deal?
That's the point in the offseason that we're at. The biggest news story around the Raiders is something that might not even be true. Training camp, we got less than 2 weeks till rookies report, at least.
Tom Brady, he just can't stop cheating. I love it. I love how he just keeps cheating. It's just constant cheating. I love it.
I mean, is it cheating? Like it?
I don't know. It's towing the line. That's what I'm saying. Like, depending on how you ask, Matt. Depending on who you ask.
What was Al Davis's rule? Like, I forget.
Cheating is encouraged.
Cheat is encouraged. That's right.
And then rule number 2 is see rule number 1.
See rule number 1. That's right. I knew it was like a Fight Club type of deal where it was like basically the first 2 rules were the same thing. But yeah, both of them had to do with cheating. Cheating is encouraged. So he's just embracing the Al Davis way. I agree,
dude. All right. So, but today we're doing Jordan Meredith and Caleb Rogers. So, kind of looking at that kind of this guard grouping, right? Even though, Jordan Meredith, he kind of fits in a little bit, but what were your thoughts on Caleb Rogers?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, you're already having a little bit of an idea of how last year went with Caleb Rogers. Obviously didn't see him down the stretch. Did have some good moments in last year. I thought he kind of had, I think he played 6 games. If I had to totality of it, three of them were probably quote unquote bad, and 3 of them were quote unquote good. Kind of balance it out. Definitely looked like a guy who was like a rookie, kind of figuring it out on the fly. And obviously, as we know, last year's coaching staff didn't help him out as much. But I think one of the things that really stood out to me about him is just his overall athleticism. I think that was what shined through the most last year, whether that's climbing up to the second level or helping himself in pass protection. That was something that really stood out. And I think you saw like flashes of like some play strength and whatnot. But for the most part, like I think one of his biggest areas of improvement is he's got to get stronger just overall. I mean, I think that'll help him out in the running game. Like he had a handful of blocks, and we'll even see here on the positive ones where like he does a really good job of getting that initial surge, but he struggles to finish them. Struggles to kind of stay engaged. And I think part of it's strength. Part of it's just there were a handful of plays where he just kind of like stopped playing a little bit, which obviously you have to kind of iron out. But yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things too. And in pass pro, like he had a couple of reps where he just got ran through, and even in the running game too, like there were a bunch of examples of him just kind of like not winning at the point of attack. And I will say that too, like I think he has some room to be a little bit more physical and a little bit more aggressive. There were a couple times where I think he got beat just being a little bit too passive, and maybe that speaks to him not 100% knowing what he's doing out there and not being comfortable just because he is a rookie and kind of, like I said, learning on the fly and maybe thinking a little bit too much. But those were kind of my big takeaways. Is I think athletically there was a lot to like. There were definitely some flashes of some play strength, but he's got to get a lot stronger and be a little bit more physical. And pad level too is going to be an issue with him too. They were similar to JPJ, and again, most linemen, when you're inconsistent with your pad level, you're going to have reps where you're going to get beat, and then you're going to have reps where you look like you're a future Pro Bowler and stuff like that. So I think with him, those are the biggest areas of improvement going into year two and to get a starting job.
Yeah, and that's kind of something I noticed too with Caleb Rogers is kind of the same thing is where, which I feel like is kind of a theme with all these linemen except JPJ. I mean, JPJ, it doesn't have that play strength issue, but it feels like we're in a lack of play strength type of guards right here. Because I mean, you talk about Jordan Meredith, the same thing, man. I mean, even at center, like of course, I try to get as much film as I could at guard, but of course, the only guard really film he had was the game where they didn't run the ball and it's all just throws, which, when I was watching that game, I was like, wow, he really had Will Putnam and Jordan Meredith in there at guard, and he decided he wanted to come out and just throw the ball over the yard. You know what I mean? Like just all over the yard.
Yeah.
It's a great game plan, Chip Kelly. But yeah, I mean, and I think he was better at center than he was at guard. I mean, there's some issues at center. And it's usually just play strength, though. I mean, that's really what the issue is. Not really technique. I mean, there's some times where there may be some snaps and things like that, but it's mostly just play strength with Jordan Meredith. I mean, that's the issue with him. And Quentin Williams is overpowering him. Like he just couldn't block Quentin Williams, and he's just getting overpowered. It doesn't matter if your technique is there. Quentin Williams, he's a savant too. Anyways, at the defensive tackle position, it's not going to be easy to stop him. Even if you do get your hands on him and you get the hands in the right spot, it doesn't matter. He's going to still use his play strength just to roll through you, especially with the shorter arms that Meredith has and all those things. All those reasons why he's undrafted, they all showed up. So like it's those are the issues with Jordan. But I do think that the better position for him, and a lot of fans can disagree with me on this, is center. It is. Yeah. It just shows on the film. I know he played well as a guard in 2024, I believe, but it's just this, and that's why he is at training camp. Because when I looked it up before the show, he is playing the second team center right now. Behind Linderbaum. So he's kind of going to be that utility guy at this point. So somebody goes down, guys go down. But if Linderbaum goes down or something like that, they could put him at center. So, but yeah, that's kind of what's happening with that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think I can see where you're coming from. Where like his best position is at center. It's just with once Linderbaum signed, it's like if Jordan Meredith's going to get on the field, it's got to be at guard, right? Yeah, you're not paying Tyler Linderbaum. You're not making Tyler Linderbaum a historic contract offer to have him ride the bench for a guy that you brought back on a 1-year exclusive rights or restricted free agent type of contract. So I think that's where it comes from. It's like again, you see it. You saw him play well at guard 2 years ago in 2024 for half the season, and then on top of it, if he's going to get on the field, it's going to be at guard. But I do like what you said about him being like that versatile backup, kind of that like first interior guy off the bench, because he's played both guard spots and obviously has experience playing center. So I think that's probably more realistically what Jordan Meredith's role is going to be next season. Just because if I'm just thinking out loud, like going into training camp, not necessarily how I think this will unfold, I got to think it's probably going to be Burford, JPJ, Rogers, Meredith, and then like a guy like Trey Zune as far as the pecking order going into it. I don't think that's how it's going to shake out. I'm hoping that, guys like JPJ and Caleb Rogers can end up winning the 2 starting spots, but I feel like that's a pretty safe bet as far as where it is going in. And then as far as where he might play, I mean, the coaching staff is going to want to put the 5 best offensive linemen out there. So if he's playing better than all these other dudes, even if he is a natural center and better off it there, I think he'll probably end up cracking the starting lineup at guard if he's just having a better camp. So especially with the future of the franchise back there. So it is an interesting note that you said about all the offensive linemen, or most of the offensive linemen, kind of having that play strength issues, because they've definitely targeted the dudes who are more athletic that they feel like they can put some size and strength on. Burford's one of them that you were going into. Meredith's in the same boat. Caleb Rogers, I was just talking about. Trey Zune's the same way too. So it's very clear that they want the athletic guys, and they'll work with them on their strength.
Yeah, forward. For sure. All right, dude. Let's get into some Caleb Rogers. Let's do that. Let's get into Caleb.
We're gonna start with the running game. Let's start with the negatives here, and this first one's gonna be a good example of him just kind of, more than anything, the pad level is gonna be the part of the problem. Now, it's funny, Genty ends up picking up 11 on this run because Ojimo doesn't quite finish to get the tackle. He kind of falls off here. But from Caleb Rogers' perspective, like you can see, like if you just watch his hands, like compared to Ojimo, like I mean, even here's a good still shot. Part of it too is his get off. Like you can see Ojimo's out of his stance before Rogers is too.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, Ojimo is able to get his hands inside where like Caleb Rogers here or down here at the bottom. And as you can see, like Ojimo has the leverage advantage. And that's how you end up getting reset and blocked in the background. Now, how Genty ended up escaping this and getting 11 out of this play is pretty surprising. Speaks to him, but again, from Caleb Rogers' perspective, that was a rough one.
I always love this game because it's Kobe Dean's best game, and I was like, oh, that's why the Raiders signed him.
Yeah, against them. Yeah, the classic. So this is the one where I'm talking about. This is going to be the worst example of just not finishing from Caleb Rogers, because I'm going to pause it right here. All he has to do is flip his hips, and he's created a nice lane for Ashton Genty, where if I'll probably let it run a little bit more, where like even if right here, like with how this unfolds, if Jack Betch gets this block on Quinyon Mitchell, and as long as Genty can break an arm tackle from Byron Young here, I mean, this could be an explosive play. The problem is Rogers, I'll let this run full speed. He kind of just stops. He just stops playing mid-play.
It's weird.
And ends up letting Jordan Davis, cross his face and end up making the tackle. So what should have been, an explosive play ends up being just a gain of 2 or 3. And again, like this is a perfect block for 90% of it. Like right here, we're in a great spot. All I want to see you do now is just flip your hips and create that lane. He just kind of gives up on the play, and that's again the biggest thing one of the biggest things from him is just kind of establishing that finishing mindset.
Yeah.
Now, this is the one where the play strength is just a problem. There's going to be a little pin and pull concept here from the Raiders where Glaze is going to down block on Byron Young here, and then Rogers pulls around to come kick out the edge defender, Nolan Smith. Especially when you're pulling, I can't have you getting put on your back
by a 210-pound guy.
Yeah, a 230, 240-pound edge rusher. And again, it's the play strength as well as the pad level on top of it too. Like that's where Smith wins. Like he's a pretty strong dude for how lean he is, and he just gets lower. Much better base underneath him. Like look at his base compared to Rogers' here at the point of contact. And I mean, he ends up getting a Kappa's way, and that's the whole reason why the play kind of gets screwed from the start, because Ashton Genty has nowhere to go. I'll admit this one's not terrible. Like, Rankins here, 90 doesn't make the tackle or anything, but from Caleb Rogers' perspective, this to me was just he needs to be a little more physical, especially on this combo block. When we get a combo, when we have a 2-on-1, we need some vertical displacement. And I think ideally, actually, on this one too, like what the Raiders want to have happen is Kappa takes this over, and then Rodgers ends up picking up To'o on the second level climb, and then look who ends up making the tackle. So again, another one where I think like he just needs to be more physical. Like I'll let this run. Just kind of a little bit too soft, to be honest with you. The pad level's fine. Pad level's a lot better, right? Like we're in a decent spot in the point of contact. He's better with his hands too, getting them inside. He's just a little too soft, and then like ends up getting knocked off by Kappa too when they go for that combo block. And 90's able to stay there in the gap, and the guy he was supposed to block ends up making the tackle. But moving on to the positives. Now, I know Jamari Caldwell slips to start this play, which obviously helps out Rodgers, but I think this was an example of just his overall strength of what he can do when he keeps his pads down, and on top of it, nice wide base here too. Like, again, Caldwell's going to slip, but he is like 320 pounds. Yeah. You see the strength for Rodgers to take advantage. Again, much better with his hands. Like, watch his outside hand and how it basically stays like in Caldwell's frame here, and he's just able to get that good lift and then generate some movement. If we didn't have Dylan Parham getting his ass kicked and getting reset in the line of scrimmage, this could have been a big run for Genty.
Yeah.
So the natural power and natural play strength.
Oh, it just went out. Hold on. Oh, go ahead.
All right, we good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one's going to be a much better combo block. Again, what thing I love about this clip right here, too, is, again, the pad level is just so much better. It's just going to be the big consistent. Hands are a lot tighter, too. Like, you'll see him do a great job of just turning Malcolm Roach's shoulders to where they should be easy for Kappa to take over. Keyword should, which he doesn't, obviously. And the other thing I love about this from Caleb Rodgers is, like, if he gets to here, and then, like, you can see his eyes, like he's eyeing up Trey Greenlaw here. And once Greenlaw tries to shoot that gap, now he comes off of it. It's a nice job picking up Greenlaw to give Genty a lane. Had we had a little bit better of an exchange here on the combo block with Kappa taking that over, but I guess beggars can't be choosers.
Mm-hmm.
Another nice combo block on this one too, and what I liked about this rep too is I think the Chargers, they got something screwed up a little bit here. Like what you're gonna see with this look, like him and Kappa are responsible for Henley and 92 here at Boygby.
Yeah.
And they do a great job on the front level of just kind of getting some movement, again, getting those shoulders turned. And on top of it too, with Henley, with where he's playing this, like you can see Rodgers kind of has to protect that so that Henley can't shoot that gap and tackle Moser in the backfield or right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And he's at the same time, he just does a good job of staying in front of a Boygby, kind of blocking two guys without necessarily having to touch the linebacker, just with how the Charger were lined up pre-snap. And they end up getting 6. So just like the awareness here on this one too. Yeah. And on top of it, does a great job of staying in front of 92 to make sure that guy doesn't make the tackle. This was probably one of the better second level blocks that he had last year, I thought.
Yeah.
Now you can see a little bit at the end there where he kind of struggles to finish and sustain it. But what I like about this too is like they're trying to trap 97 JFN here. And I like the move he puts to kind of avoid that contact.
Yeah.
And like kind of like just sidestep or bucket step it and make sure he can get to the second level clean. And on top of it, great job of getting his hands on Singleton and then boom, flipping his hips and creating that rushing lane that he didn't do earlier on that rep against Jordan Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you see him lose it a little bit there at the end.
Yeah.
But I like 90% of this rep, and by the time he does kind of lose it, obviously you can see Genty's pretty much tackled anyway.
Yeah, and if Forsyth makes that block, I mean that block is good enough where it works.
For sure. I will cut Forsyth a little bit of slack. This was just a well-timed stunt by the Broncos. Where they end up looping right into that gap, right where the Raiders are trying to run. But yeah, nice second level block from Rodgers for sure. It's another good climb here too. Again, sometimes when you're blocking those linebackers, you don't have to get like this devastating blow. You just kind of got to get a piece of them. Yeah. What I like about this one too, on this little, I think inside zone, mid zone concept, like he's going to help Glaze like get that front level block. Use a nice little post arm, help get that shoulder turn. And on top of it, or the whole time, just kind of eyeing To'o right here. And once To'o kind of shoots downhill or commits downhill, just get a piece of them and then just wall them off into that body of walls. For what should be a cutback lane, but This is Ashton Gentis.
Also asking Trey Tucker to block Danielle Hunter.
Danielle. Oh God, I missed that part. Where's that?
You didn't see that? Yeah.
Oh, yep.
You're asking a lot. That's all.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in that.
Asking a lot. That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be another example of, I think, just kind of the raw play strength that Caleb Rogers has. Yeah, and a little bit of help here from Kappa, but for the most part, this is pretty much just a base block against Byron Young. Mm-hmm. Some pretty good vertical movement. I mean, he started at the 2. I think they're going to end at like the 5.
Yeah.
It's all about the pad level, because this one, he does a much better job of keeping his pads down. He pretty much has his helmet, I guess, slightly underneath. Maybe he can bend the knees a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the hands are key here too. So much faster and keeping the hands tight. Like you can see that's Rogers' hand right there on the breastplate of Byron Young. Mm-hmm. Ends up getting some push there to get out of their own end. All right, moving on to pass pro. This first clip, I think more than anything, was just like this was his first game. I think just a lack of experience. Like if you watch what the Raiders doing, they're slide proing it to their right, defense is left, and I think they're going to stick here with Forsyth and the edge defender. So, and the reason why I point that out is with them sliding the protection right, Caleb Rogers is responsible for the right B gap, and he has help in the A gap with Kappa there. And then Thule is going to kind of set him up by like stemming inside and then spinning back outside into the B gap. And if you watch Rogers, he just he plays this like he doesn't have help to the inside when he does, right? Like if Thule's going to go into the B gap, if going in the A gap, that means this guy either has to go in or they're going to end up blocking each other. Like they're going to end up running into each other. Uh-huh. So when Thule goes inside, as far inside like he does, now you don't want to just ignore him, but we don't need to cross over. And like you'll see, like he gets literally crosses past with Kappa and ends up getting beat on that outside spin move. And in reality, he just needs to protect the B gap. So I think that's a little bit of knowing your assignment in the play a little bit more, because he's definitely athletic enough to stay in front of guys like that. All right, and here's where the lack of play strength is going to come in. I'll let this run. Yeah, and it's like this is the other thing we'll see in a couple examples too. Like he's pretty soft with his hands, I would say. Like I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, and he keeps him in front of him like this, which I like. But if we just leave him out there, like defensive tackles or defensive linemen are eventually just going to swat your hands away, and we'll see examples of that here in a second. Like, and at no point, like at some point, we got to strike and be a little bit aggressive, especially if we're going to have our hands out, like right here, right about now. Let's get aggressive and take the fight to him instead of just catching and ending up on our ass.
Yeah, he just. Yeah, was that a pick?
Yeah, this is a pick. I cut it off because a pick to Bobby Okiriki, who's not currently on the roster.
Oh, okay.
I
it's all right. Just keep going.
Yeah, I can't.
Just keep going.
Yeah. It's going to be another one, this time against Brandon Graham. I mean, same thing, basically. Almost rinse and repeat from that last rep. And you can see on this, too, like, he tries to, like, reset the hands. Like, and I like that about it. He just can't. One of the things that I would say, my word of advice for him, is when they get this long arm on you, like, you'll see he's trying to reset the hand, but, like, he's trying to get Graham on the tricep. Yeah. You want to go for a joint. You want to go for something like the elbow, the wrist, or something like that. Something that's going to bend and give versus like the meat or the strong part of the pass rusher's arm. Because if you knock that elbow down, you're going to get them off balance and you're going to get their hands off of you, and you can at least prevent that from being a sack. He doesn't quite get there. He doesn't quite have the Karate Kid, wax on, wax off hand usage yet, where Graham ends up just walking him back. And I mean, that's the case of a rookie versus I think Graham had double-digit season in the NFL, so I think a little bit of experience shows up.
Yeah, he got worked.
Yeah. This one, I will say, this one's going to be a sack. He's going to lose Chris Jones, but the hands were much better, and it's another one where 95% of the rep is great. He just loses late and just kind of gives up on the play. I don't know what's going on, but like this one, I love it. Like so much better with the hands. Like he's more aggressive. Like you'll see on this, like he's going to catch Chris Jones's punch here with his inside hand right here. He catches him, and he wins the hand fight originally. Also, too, like great pad level, like nice wide base. You can see he's staying nice and low. Like he's not letting Jones run through his chest this time. And stays fighting, stays engaged, gets re-engaged, and closes the gap here too. Like this is a great rep, and he just stops playing.
Yeah.
And ends up giving up the sack. Now, balls needs to be out a little bit faster. But
that's
again,
what I was going to say.
Yeah. Let's sustain this a little bit longer.
And Alex Kappa, I'm like, you figure Alex Kappa helped a little bit, but that's fine. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, Alex Kappa, we got a rookie on a future Hall of Famer. DJ Glaze gets the picture. Oh, Kappa just watched him do it too. Kappa.
Yeah, he's like, oh. I was like, oh, he kills. Got oh no. Basically, anyways, keep going.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, and then this is the one with two where it was real bad with telegraphing the punch. Again, like I like that he has his hands up and ready, but at some point we got to shoot him or we got to be a little bit more aggressive. Like you can see, like on this one, when you put your hands in front of a defensive lineman and like you just put it right in their eyes and you don't like give them something to think about, they're just gonna hand swipe you like this every single time and then just win around the edge.
Go right around.
So again, just another area of improvement for him. But anyway, get to a couple of nice preps and pass pro. Now this first one, I will say he obviously gets beat initially, and obviously want to clean that one up. I does a little bit of an overset, not quite as bad as that one against Thule, but like you can see, like here he's just he goes a little bit too far outside where he lets JFN kind of square him up a little bit, and then JFN is able to get to his back shoulder. But this is what I'm talking about with like the athleticism that he showed. Yeah, what I was talking about with that Thule rep, where I think like if he had better technique, he'd be fine to be able to stay in front of him. So he does a great job of recovering here, and then just kind of riding JFN by to give Gino a lane to rush through and end up turning a positive play turning a negative play into a positive one. Because this easily could have been a sack with how it started, and he just recovers really well. Get some yards out of it. All right, so this next one's going to be a little bit similar. More than anything, he just kind of saves DJ Glaze's ass in pass pro for Geno Smith to step up in the pocket and throw a touchdown that Raider fans didn't want to see him score in this game. But what I like about this too, like you'll see, he does a good job of initially kind of putting that post arm out there so that he can help Kappa, and Kappa's going to need a little bit of help on here. So he kind of gives Kappa some support in pass pro, and on top of it too, with Glaze getting beat inside by Abdul Carter here, is a good job of opening up his hips, and obviously not the cleanest or the prettiest technique, but it's a situation where we just want to keep that guy away from the quarterback. Again, gives him a chance to step up and make that throw in the pocket.
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, it's Tyler Lockett. Yeah, the connection everybody wanted to see. Geno Smith and Tyler Lockett.
I know.
In a Week 17 game. But anyway, this last clip here, I just wanted to end on it because I thought it was a much better job of not oversetting. Like you can see on this one, like he's going to got the wider technique with that 3 technique pass rusher, and he's just does a much better job of staying in his 2 and not overstretching himself and like kind of maintaining this like this outside shoulder to inside shoulder type of relationship. You can see like right here, like that's perfect right there. Like he's in a perfect spot. And now when 94 tries to work inside, he can just redirect easily and stay in front of him. Yeah. The other thing I like about this rep too is like he's just more aggressive and the timing's much better. Where when 94 starts to cross his face, like he gets physical and he has again that good pad level and good base to be able to get into his body and then kind of stop that move before it happens. And the other thing about that too is when D linemen are working across your face, they're going to be in a vulnerable spot. They're counting on beating you with quickness and speed to get around the edge. But if you can catch them in this spot where they don't have he doesn't have his feet either foot on the ground, or they're going to have like 1 foot on the ground or with an awkward base, like you can easily win that rep. And that's what you see from Rodgers. The one thing I will say though, I think he can do a better job at anchoring here if he keeps his hands a little bit tighter. Like you can see his hands get a little bit outside, and that's why he ends up getting pushed back a little bit. But even so, Geno had plenty of time to hit Trey Tucker down the field. Yeah. So, again, I think that's the biggest thing with him too I think that's basically sums up Caleb Rogers pretty well. Is there are flashes of brilliance, and excuse me. If you were to tally up his performances, I think he'd kind of average out to about like a C, if you will. But for the most part, the biggest thing is just being a little bit stronger, I think that'll go do wonders for him.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Sam Warren's article, and he was to stand out at OTAs. So there must be some kind of improvement there that he's showing. He's showing some kind of improvement, just getting better. And it was always gonna be a little bit of a transition for him from moving tackle to guard. He played a little bit of guard at Texas Tech. I always forgot what school he went to. At Texas Tech. So I mean, there's some growth there from him. And I honestly thought he was gonna play worse when he played. So just for him, like you give him a C. I mean, it kind of beat my expectations, anyways.
There you go.
Especially when they wouldn't play him, like they're acting like he's an idiot last year. Like
actually, like he couldn't be on the field. If I remember, wasn't he like a healthy scratch for most of the games too? Yeah, like he wasn't even suiting up. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so damn frustrated. Yeah. I'll say this: he should have been on the field a lot sooner than he was. I don't think anyone will disagree with me on that. With how that O-line played last year, so.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's what I say. Like the game I remember showing, they put Will Putnam at center. Remember?
Yes, I do. I've seen a couple. Going through these, I remembered about Will Putnam getting some playing times and at least one start. Was it 2 starts?
I don't know.
And that was
he's still on the team, man. Too.
That's some bad tape. Yeah, I don't know how much longer, but yeah.
Hopefully, Will, you don't watch the show, but
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just being real.
Right.
You know it.
All right, so we can start off with the run game here, which there's pretty good clips in here, and then it's just interesting how this run game worked. Like one guy would do something good, and then somebody else would just totally mess up everything else. Because this is a good initial block here on Billings. You see, he has a good pad level, good hands inside, right? Gets some good push there. A lot of good movement on a big nose tackle right there from Jordan Meredith. I mean, it's a really good block. You can see the technique that he has. I mean, that's how he survived in the NFL, is basically on his technique. I mean, he's able to get his push, get his drive. But of course, Genty gets stuffed here because it's like somebody else missed a block, but or just a predictable ass play. But because Jermaine Evans is right there. But as you can see, like this is a good block, man. Right, get that initial push, get that movement there. I mean, he moved him, like over a full gap here.
Yeah,
right. Nice so that block's not on him. I mean, he did his job on that one. All right, gets the Jags here. At center here. So and I really like this one because it's just a great combo block here. Him getting the second level.
Yeah.
A little inside zone here. Looks like a little split zone. Mid-zone look here. There's a good job of getting up to 23 right there. Boom. Like I said, it's never like a technique issue at Meredith. It really isn't. You see it, like even here, he does a good job of just making sure that he has that good pad level, get that one hand inside, he's able to kind of grab Olakun, and he's able to kind of lift him up a little bit. You can see the leverage that he has just with that good pad level, which helps open up that hole there for Genty to get to the second level like that. So it's a really good block by Meredith on this one. Right there, boom. Nice run by Genty there. All right, next one. Here he gets the Titans here. So like I said, I like the get off on this one too. You can see it. Real good get off here. Right there on this double team, this little combo block here, right? Boom, which allows, once he gains leverage, you can see here he's able to kind of get that inside hand right there, like right there. It helps him gain leverage, allows JPJ to open up this hole and get up to Barton here, right? Just opens his hole for Genty. Like I really wish Genty would have kept going on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wish he was a little bit more patient.
Yeah. But it's a good block right there. Good there, and I like how he's able to flip his hips a little bit too. And then you just see a good drive here, and it's I don't know what Genty saw here. I don't know if maybe he saw 69, but if he's a little more patient, just hit that. I think he got more yards on that one. Yeah, but it's a good initial block here, right, Meredith. I just like to get off, and then because this get off and then able to allow JPJ to get to the second level quick. All right. Next one, another one here is Titans. Now this one you kind of can see the play strength here a little bit because I think it's Sebastian Joseph Day, I believe, right? Because like everything here, like we got a good get off, right? Good hands, good base, right? And then Sebastian Joseph Day, he's just not able to get that push on him, so he's able to kind of just hold his ground and kind of just toss him a little bit. Now the play didn't go that way, of course, but you kind of can see when I talk about my play strength, like it's just sometimes just not there. Right? You just can't push against certain guys. It's just not gonna happen. And then maybe he's hoping JPJ's supposed to get that little combo block on there, but JPJ has to get to the second level. Just to work out for him.
Yeah. Like JPJ ran into him a little bit too.
Yeah,
doesn't help. But yeah, you're right. Like,
yeah, tripped him up a little bit.
Yeah, he never really had great control of that block either.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Another one. Just another one where it's just another good get off here, right, man? And just get off the push. Right there, boom. Nice block right there. Yeah. I mean, there's now. You could look at. I don't. I don't. Somebody's supposed to get up to him, right? I mean, I don't know who it was. Maybe it's Jordan. I don't know. Maybe it's Jordan. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's like that's a great block, but maybe Jordan's supposed to get up to him. I really don't think so. But I think it's Parham.
Yeah.
Right. It's Parham, right? Yeah. And maybe he's getting held. I don't know. But this looks great from JPJ and Jordan Meredith's side, right? This looks awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Well, even I feel pretty confident that Parham's supposed to pick up the linebacker, but Forsyth doesn't help out by just bailing on it.
Forsyth's the best, bro. It's
God, dude, it's so frustrating watching this fine film from last year.
Just a damn mess, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't say like it looks great here. Right?
Yeah.
Like, all right, someone just blocks him and then like no. Like I said, great block. Like Meredith's getting pushed. JPJ gets the second level. This is JPJ and Jordan Meredith do the work, man. They did the work here, but it takes 5.
Yep.
Takes 5.
That it does.
Okay. All right. So next one here. This one, another one gets the Bears here. Now, this one's talking about the play strength issue here. Now, this one happens because he has a little bit of high pad level on this one, right? So, like, if his technique's not right, this is what's going to happen with Jordan Meredith, right? Mm-hmm. Technique's not there, so he gets shoved around a little bit. And Billings is able to kind of just get that leverage, and it kind of just push him right back into Genty right there a little bit. Genty does a good job of avoiding it, breaking that tackle, but you kind of can see this is a losing rep for Meredith because the pad level gets too high, he's not able to kind of stay low, and you kind of can see that he kind of raised right up. Kind of raised straight up right like that. Kind of gave Billings that leverage. Just an out. And not the greatest combo block there from Parham. All right, next one here.
There we go.
Yeah, it's another good block here. So I think that's a touchdown run here. So you get a nice combo block, right? This is what I'm talking about, though. Like, if he has the pad level and everything is good, right? He has the hands. And he gets a nice little help there from JPJ, and I mean he does his job here. He gets the movement. He gets everything you want on this one, right? But of course, like I said, it takes 5. Parham's losing. It takes 5, guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Not bad. It's a good block here. I mean JPJ.
Yeah, I remember that when I was doing the JPJ film.
Yeah, it's just
that's frustrating. Another frustrating.
And I put this one in there just because this is the Raiders' offensive line in 2000.
Oh, I remember this play.
Like I don't know what's happening on this play.
Chaos. Like,
do you know what happened on this play?
I mean, Meredith pretty clearly thinks it's outside zone, right? That's a pretty aggressive like lateral set, and then Maybe is he trying to pull? Oh, I think he's trying to pull. Maybe because everyone else looks like they're down blocking. Yeah, I don't know. My best guess is it was supposed to be like center power or something like that. he was trying to pull.
Oh my god. Anyways, all right. Now let's get to the pass protection, guys. And, one thing I thought he did pretty well too was pick up stunts here. I thought he did a pretty good job of understanding that from the center position. Like I think it's a pretty good job of just switching off here with Parham. And this one kind of get a little bit of stunt here from the Bears. Just a good job of just communicating and making sure everything stays in front of him. I thought that was a pretty good job on this one right here, like that.
Yeah.
All right, next one here. Another one against the Bears. Now, I really like this one because just you kind of can see a little bit of athleticism here because you get the blitz from No Sewell here, right? Off this, but he did a good job of recovering here, right? So, because I think he pointed out to the wrong guy. I think you can see visually that he thought 49 was blitzing, which I think he had a good eye because he was right. But Sewell was blitzing too as well, so it's kind of like a little bit of an all-out blitz, and I think he was expecting 49 to come a little faster here. Pause. But but what he does a good job of recovering and just seeing it, right? Picking that up and then giving Geno Smith enough time here, right, to kind of get this little scramble on.
Kind of gets 2 for 1 there.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good one, right? So I think they're trying to do a little bit of a stunt here with the splits too as well.
Yeah.
Good job of seeing it. Boom. Nice pickup right there.
And I like too, like the wherewithal to like see the defensive tackle work wide and then get your eyes back outside to look for something else coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
All right, here's another one against the Jags here. This is a good rep too. Just going up against this D tackle here. Now, like I said, this is like you said with the winning the hand fight. He does a good job winning the hand fight. He always has a good base, good pad level, right? It's just a play streak this year because he's just a good job of just working this guy here, right? And you can even see a little bit how this guy's still getting a little push, even though he doesn't have the leverage, right? He's still pushing Jordan Meredith a little bit, right? But it's just good technique and it's a good job of just staying with it, winning that hand fight, make sure those hands stay inside, then using the players around him for leverage.
Hold
it down there.
That's a tough one too because he steps to his right initially, and the nose tackle or the D tackle tries to cross his face.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is another one. Just doing a good job picking up a stunt here. I think like I said, just good job of seeing these things. So right, and then understanding you got 51 coming on the blitz. Right, nothing's there. Always keeping his eyes moving here.
Yeah.
Boom, eyes moving. Understanding that then pick it up 91. Eric Armstead. JPJ finding some work there.
There we go.
All right, so that's the end of the positivity here, guys. It's about to get ugly. Because here we go. Are you guys ready? All right, I think I put on the wrong guy this whole time with the spotlight, but that's okay. I was a little confused earlier because I forgot I moved in the guard. All right, but you can start to see here some of these pass plays. Okay, now. You could have great technique sometimes. Like this is you look at right here. Okay, you're doing a good job against Quentin, right? But Quentin just keeps pushing. His legs keep moving. He keeps working it, and he kind of gets around it a little bit. But you said this gives you the best block you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Because then Quentin's gonna adjust here. So this is the beginning of the game, right? So it's a good job here of sticking with it and just kind of pushing around the pocket. It's a good block right there, right? We're like, we got to keep throwing the ball here. So sorry about that, guy. It's Jordan Meredith right there. So here's the next one against Quentin Williams. Now, this is where Williams makes an adjustment, okay? Now, Williams going to push it.
Clark.
Oh, that's Kenny Clark. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kenny Clark makes a nice little adjustment here. Basically, kind of just starts to run through him, but it's another good block here, too. Holding his own a little bit. I mean, the ball gets out there quick, but you could see it. Like he's skating back a little bit. Like if this ball doesn't get back out quick,
It had to be. It had to be a quick. I was gonna say it had to be a quick game.
Yeah,
he wasn't holding up much longer.
All right, now this gets Kenny Clark again. Now you can see the adjustment that Kenny Clark made, right? Kenny Clark is a veteran, so he starts making an adjustment. Now, like I said, this is a good initial hit, though. But like he just kind of keeps pushing him first. You can see how Kenny Clark knows that he's not stronger than him, so he pushes him back, then rips through right there. That's just a great rep.
Yeah.
And Meredith just has no shot, and he actually recovers pretty well here. But you kind of could just see like it's just at the guard position. Sometimes like he just doesn't have that play strength right here, right, and which helps lead to this sack, in my opinion, which doesn't end up being a sack, but you kind of see it, just the movement and him just getting beat here. And like I said, it's a decent recovery, but like, I mean, to me, that's a hold, but
Yeah. It's not a win, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's not a win, right? All right, next one here. I believe this is the last one. Now, this one he gets tripped up a little bit, but it's kind of the same thing. Like it's like Kenny Clark basically figured him out, right? He's like, okay, if he's gonna have this kind of punch here, right? But if I just stand my ground and I just push him a little bit extra, and then basically get him going sideways, and then I rip through, I'm right there at the quarterback. He's on the ground. So, I mean, this game was embarrassing for the whole offensive line, but you kind of can see like it's more just a play strict issue because like the initial block, right? And let's say this is an average defensive tackle here, right? It's an average guy. It's not Kenny Clark who's been I don't know how many Pro Bowls and All Pros he got. I don't know, but if it's an average guy, like right here, okay, he probably has a good job of winning, right? But you can see like Clark doesn't even gets him sideways, right? And then rips through because he understands if I just keep pushing through and I rip through, boom, I'm there.
Yeah.
So it ended up being an ugly game. And so, I mean, you can just see the difference between him as a guard and as a center. So it's, we want him to kind of play guard, but he's probably going to be the backup center. He probably is. Right. And to me, as a backup center, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? If Linderbaum went down there and you put Meredith in there, it's really not that bad, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I think one of the things that concerns me about Jordan Meredith, and probably part of the reason why he's not never has been able to take the next step and really latch on or stick somewhere in his career, is when you have short arms and you're not very strong, like you have to let the defensive lineman come to you a little bit more so they get to build more momentum. And by the time you're making contact with them, like they've got momentum and they're already kind of into your body. They can make contact with you first. And on top of it too, like even if you can land your punch, you're not going to be able to get them off of you quite as much because it's literally physically impossible. So that's part of what makes it concerning about with Meredith, where it's like that could be a legit just career killer for him is the short arms, because he has the combination of he's just not that stout in his lower half too and not able to anchor too. Like if he had one or the other, if he had the long arms where he can keep guys away from him, or if he could just kind of catch and sit, then he can be able to get by. But I think that's part of the reason why, again, he went undrafted and hasn't really stuck on or hasn't really latched on as a starter even with the Raiders or at the beginning of his career with the Rams. So that's probably the biggest concern that I have. But again, I think if you can get a guy that's at the very least a versatile backup for you, that's something that's going to be valuable for your team, because you're going to have an injury on the offensive line. It's just inevitable in the NFL.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be doing another position next up. I mean, I don't know which one we're going to do, but we're going to figure that out. Maybe get some Cody Linderberg tape. I don't know. Get to see what's happening with the linebackers. We'll see what's happening. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We are out of here. Peace.